Good evening, friends. I welcome at YouTube channel of Future Series Institute. Today we are talking about what fundamental rights. आपके फंडामेंटल राइट्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट राइट्स होते हैं, है ना? बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फंडामेंटल राइट्स। हो सकता है कि मैं आपके विचारों के साथ सहमत ना हो पाऊं, लेकिन आपके विचार प्रकट करने के अधिकारों की रक्षा जरूर करूंगा। उसी प्रकार से हो सकता है कि मैं आपके ऑप्शंस जो आपने बताए हैं, जो बताओगे, उसके साथ सहमत ना हो पाऊं, लेकिन आपके विचार है, आपके ऑप्शन है, उनको सुनूंगा जरूर, सही आंसर भी दूंगा। तो आइए बात करते हैं। अपना फोर्थ पार्ट है फंडामेंटल राइट्स का। पहला क्वेश्चन आपकी स्क्रीन पर आ चुका है। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज अबाउट व्हाट विच फंडामेंटल राइट्स कैन नॉट बी सस्पेंडेड इवन ड्यूरिंग एन इमरजेंसी। ये सबसे अच्छा क्वेश्चन है कि कौन सा ऐसा फंडामेंटल राइट है जब इमरजेंसी लागू हो जाती है उस समय भी उसको सस्पेंड नहीं किया जा सकता। यहाँ पर आपको पता है कि फंडामेंटल राइट्स कहाँ से कहाँ तक है, 12 to 35 है, लेकिन एक फंडामेंटल राइट है दैट इज अबाउट व्हाट, ये है, ये क्या करता है, आपको राइट टू लाइफ देता है। राइट टू लाइफ, जीवन जीने का अधिकार, राइट टू लाइफ। आर्टिकल 21, राइट टू लाइफ। तो जीवन जीने का अधिकार है, वो आपसे छीना नहीं जा सकता। पर्सनल लिबर्टी, यानी कि ऑप्शन नंबर डी। ये कहां पर दे रखा है? आर्टिकल 21 में दे रखा है। योर करेक्ट आंसर इज डी। चाहे इमरजेंसी लग जाए, चाहे इमरजेंसी की मां लग जाए, लेकिन आपका ये राइट है वो सस्पेंड नहीं किया जा सकता, याद रखिएगा, है ना? आपको जीवन जीने का अधिकार है। और 21 में ही आपका राइट टू एजुकेशन है, लेकिन राइट टू एजुकेशन है, इट इज आर्टिकल 21 ए में है। इट वॉज प्लेस्ड व्हेन 86th constitutional amendment act took place in 2002। 86th constitutional amendment act, which 2022, that time right to education was made fundamental right as per article 21a। right to education means from 6 to 12, 14 years you are given right to get education free of cost. Okay, so right to education is about this. And article 21, it has many other aspects, like you get right to marriage, it is also according to article 21. Right to privacy, it is also according to article 21. Okay, right to privacy. Next question. Next question, fundamental duties are mentioned in, actually fundamental duties are mentioned in part 4th A. It is in part 4th A of the Indian Constitution. And Swarn Singh committee recommended in 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, which took place in 1976. 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, that time Swarn Singh committee recommended for many other fundamental duties. So 8% there are 11 fundamental duties. Last fundamental duty is about what? About, it is about education. Means that time, like right to education was came, and same time in the same act, right to education, it is also duty of a state. It is also duty that you will be given education from age of 6 to 14 free of cost, elementary education. So fundamental duties in part 4th A. Next question. Which of the following articles of Indian Constitution contains fundamental duties? Fundamental duties in Article 51A. It is in 51A part 4A. Article 51A part 4A. Okay. So your correct answer that becomes B. Right? Article this one and part Fourth A. It is about fundamental duties. Okay. How many duties are there at present? 11 fundamental duties are there. And what about fundamental duties and fundamental rights? They are correlated to each other. They have correlation with each other. Next, see, which of the following are fundamental duties? Safeguarding public property, protecting the sovereignty, integrity, and unity of India, developing scientific temper and humanism. Yes, all of these are the fundamental duties which are mentioned in Article 51A, Part 4th A. Part 4th A of the Indian Constitution. Your correct answer is D. Next question. Which of the following committee suggested incorporating fundamental duties in the Indian Constitution? Swarna Singh Committee. Sardar Swarna Singh Committee recommended for the same. यहाँ पर स्वर्ण सिंह का फोटो भी आपके सामने आ गया है, देख लीजिए। स्वर्ण सिंह समिति ने रिकमेंडेशंस करी थी ऑलमोस्ट 10 फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज की, लेकिन सभी को माना नहीं गया, कुछ एक को ही हमने फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज के रूप में रखा। स्वर्ण सिंह कमेटी ने कहा था। स्वर्ण सिंह कमेटी आपकी 1976 की कमेटी है। और ये कौन सा कौन सा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट एक्ट है? 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. That time, as per the recommendations of Swarna Singh Committee, fundamental duties were added in our Indian Constitution. Next question. Which of the following articles of Indian Constitution contain the right to religious freedom? If you see religious freedom, you will find in Article 25 to 28. So your correct answer that becomes what? A. Next question that's on your screen. Which of the following article of Indian Constitution guarantees equality before the law and equal protection of the law within territory of India? That is about Article 14. Okay, so Article 14 has been taken from US as well as UK. One aspect is from UK and one aspect is from USA, because two things are there: equality before the law and equal protection of the law within the territory of India. So within is not there actually. See, most important thing is what? Equality before the law and equal protection of law. That is important, Article 14. Okay, so it is about Article 14. And remaining articles like this one, this one, this one, all these are from right to equality. Right to equality. ये भी राइट टू इक्वलिटीज के बारे में है, इक्वलिटी के बारे में, चाहे वो 15 है, 17 है, 18 है, but Article 14 is about this. Okay. Next question. See, which article of Indian Constitution abolishes untouchability? You see that untouchability like this. This woman is making this person to drink water from up. Means there is much gap between this container and this man. So that is actually untouchable. So this article abolishes means उन्मूलन करता है, that is Article 17. 17 about abolition of untouchability. Your correct answer that is D. Next question you see. Which of the following is correct with respect to right against exploitation? Exploitation means human traffic of human being and forced labor. Means you are taking on work site forcefully, that is forced labor. Means otherwise you are less than 14 years. Means if you are less than 14 years, you will not be allowed to go anywhere to work. It is against this article. Okay, against our constitution. So right against exploitation that remains in this this line means article 23 and 24 of the Indian constitution. So your correct answer, that is A. Okay, see, this man has gun and forcefully bringing this man to on workplace. This man is working, man or woman, whatever it is, she or he is working, and this person, look at, standing like a terrorist and forcefully doing something against it. That is not good. That is what? That is right against exploitation, means no one can exploit you. You have that right. You cannot go on work place, work site without your own consent, right? And also, if you are less than 14 years, no one will compel you to go at work site. So that is your fundamental right. Okay, that is your fundamental right. Actually, we have born with fundamental right. We have born with fundamental rights. In which part of the Indian Constitution the fundamental rights are provided? Actually, fundamental rights are provided in part 3, that is called Magna Carta of India. Magna Carta of India. Fundamental rights are provided in part 3, that is called Magna Carta of India. Okay, so your correct answer, that is B. See, look at this question. Next question. Next question, the fundamental duties were included in the Constitution of India by which of the following Amendment Act? Actually, that was which act? Which Fundamental Amendment Act? 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act took place in 1976. That time, fundamental duties were inserted in the Constitution of India. Okay, and along with these, some words like socialist, secular, and integrity, these words also inserted in the preamble of the Constitution. Preamble. Preamble of the Constitution. These three words, actually they have been taken from Constitution of USSR in the same year 1976. Okay, that same Amendment Act 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, which took place in year 1976, and that's why this Amendment Act is also called mini constitution. It is also called what? Mini constitution. Because many amendments took place during this period of time. Mini constitution, this amendment. Okay, and same new part were also, this part were also added during the same period of time, means 1970s. Next, which part of the Constitution is called Magna Carta? That is part 3. It is about what? Fundamental rights. Rights. And you have been privileged with fundamental rights from Article 12 to 35 of Indian Constitution. Okay, so that part 3 is called Magna Carta. Okay, next, the prohibition on human trafficking has been laid down in the Constitution in article. Actually, it is about trafficking, article 23rd. It is about trafficking, and article 24 is about what? Forced labor. Okay. So Article 23rd is correct. Your correct answer is C. Stop human trafficking. No one can own anyone. यहाँ पर क्या लिखा है? ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग को रोकिएगा, कोई भी किसी को खरीद नहीं सकता। हम आपके बाप की जागीर थोड़ी हैं कि आप खरीद ले, है ना? ये लिखा है, आप खरीद नहीं सकते, किसी को भी कोई भी व्यक्ति खरीद नहीं सकता। यू हैव योर ओन इंडिविजुअल, you have been privileged with many fundamental rights by our constitution. That's why no one has right over you, no one has right to purchase you, own you. Okay, कोई भी खरीद नहीं सकता। Which fundamental right is also is called as the heart and soul of the Indian constitution? Actually, Article 32. And Article 32 is what? Right to constitutional remedies. Okay? Under this act, under this article, you can go for writs in Supreme Court. And Supreme Court is what? Guardians of your fundamental rights. It secures your fundamental rights. And heart and soul of Indian Constitution, which was called by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. ये कहा गया, ये भारतीय संविधान की आत्मा है और दिल है, हृदय और आत्मा का संबोधन किया है इन्होंने। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखिएगा, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग राइट हैज नॉट बीन लेड डाउन अंडर आर्टिकल 19 ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन? इंडियन 19 आर्टिकल वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, freedom of speech and expression, that is it. Freedom of association, yes. Freedom of assembly, yes. Peaceful assembly or association, you can go for this. Freedom of minorities to open their educational institute, that is in Article 9, which is not the part of Article 19. Okay, so your correct, incorrect means not. So your correct answer is D, which does not belong to this one, does not belong to Article 19. Next question, see, the golden triangle of fundamental rights refers to what? Article 14, Article 19 and Article 20. It is called golden. It is called golden triangle of fundamental rights. Golden triangle of fundamental rights, that is given in option first A. Your correct answer, that becomes A. In Article 14, you have been privileged with equality before the law. In Article 19, you have right to speech and expression. According to Article 21, you have right to live a dignified life. But according in this article, even though there is emergency in your country, this article will not be suspended at all by any power. Okay, so that is the correct. So your golden triangle is Article 14, 19 and 21. Next question, that's on your screen. See, how many types of writs are issued by the Supreme Court of India? Only 5 writs can be issued by the Supreme Court of India. Habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, writ of certiorari and co warranto. ये 5 प्रकार के रिट्स है, इस रिट्स आप लगा सकते हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, ठीक है? 5 रिट्स है, 5 रिट्स आर। नेक्स्ट, रिट्स क्यों लगाई जाती है? व्हेन योर फंडामेंटल राइट्स आर ह्यूमिलिएटेड, जब आपके मूलभूत अधिकारों का उल्लंघन होता है तब आप रिट लगाते हैं। The right to property is no more a fundamental right by the virtue of which of the following amendment? Actually, that amendment took place in 1978. 1978, 44th Constitutional Amendment, in which right to property, earlier that was a fundamental right, was removed from the fundamental rights list. This time, that is in Article 300A, it has been a legal right. What about right to property? It is a legal right 8%. Okay. So your correct answer, that is option A, 44th Constitutional Amendment. Next question. Right to education was added as the fundamental right in the Constitution of India by adding which article? So that article is 21A. 86th Constitutional Amendment Act of 2002. That time Article 21A was added in fundamental rights. From your age 6 to 14, you have right to take free education, elementary education. That is your fundamental right. That is right to education in Article 21A. Next question, that's on your screen. See, Part 3rd of the Indian Constitution is about what? It is about fundamental right and fundamental rights from Article 12 to 35. Your correct answer, that is D. Next question. See, Article 29th of 9 of Indian Constitution deals with what? So prohibition of forced labor, no. Article 24, not okay. Protection of interest of minorities, yes. Article 29. Abolition of untouchability, Article 17. So your correct answer, that is B. Correct answer is B. So your this one is correct answer. Perhaps we have completed this series today. Thank you for listening me attentively and carefully. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.